I want you to just think for a second about a really tiny, kind of unassuming two-letter word.
Oh, yeah.
Like a word you have probably used, I don't know, a dozen times today before you even left the house.
Easily a dozen.
Right. Just think about your morning routine. You decided to, get up out of bed,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe you told yourself to drink up your coffee before it got cold,
Yeah.
or maybe you grabbed your phone to check if that new app was properly set up. It's just two letters, U-P,
Mm-hmm.
but it is literally everywhere, just hiding in plain sight.
It really is the invisible glue in so many of our daily actions.
I like
I mean, we barely even register that we're saying it, yet it completely alters the meaning of everything it touches. And it does this often without us realizing how, complex the underlying logic actually is.
And that is exactly our mission for this deep dive. Welcome in, by the way. Today, we are zeroing in entirely on the word up.
Which is such a fascinating topic.
Yeah, it is. And look, the goal here is not to give you some dry grammar lesson on particles and phrasal verbs. We're not doing that.
No, definitely not.
We are going to decode the hidden, almost psychological mechanics of how this tiny word acts as like a linguistic Swiss Army knife.
That's a great way to put it.
Right, because it shapes how you express movement, how you communicate completion, and even how you forge human connections.
Yeah, because particles in linguistics, they are these functional words that don't always have a strict definition on their own.
Right.
They basically exist to modify verbs in these really profound ways.
Yeah.
And up is, it's arguably the hardest working particle in the English language.
It really is. The best way I can describe it is that up is sort of like a video game power-up.
Oh, I like that analogy.
Right. Think about it. You take a basic, everyday verb like speak or eat, and it's just walking around at level 1, but then you attach up to it, and suddenly that verb has entirely new supercharged abilities.
Yeah.
So speak becomes speak up, which suddenly implies volume and like courage.
Exactly.
And eat becomes eat up, which implies total, complete consumption.
That's a really great way to visualize it,
No.
but to actually understand how that power-up works its magic, we have to start at the physical baseline.
Okay, lay it on me.
Like the most literal definition of the word. Because before it can take on all these abstract meanings, it starts with a very simple concept, which is just gravity.
Gravity.
Right, moving toward a higher place.
Oh, okay. Right, the physical baseline, like
Yeah.
climbing up the stairs,
Yes.
looking up at the sky,
Yes.
standing up, picking your bag up. So
Separate-
this is highly directional.
Exactly.
You're literally navigating physical space.
Exactly. And what's fascinating here is how our brains take that physical reality, that navigating of space, and instantly stretch it into a metaphor for increase. Think about early human experience, right? When you add more water to a container, the water level physically goes up.
Sure.
When you pile rocks on top of each other, the pile gets higher. So very early on in our cognitive development, we started associating the physical direction of higher with the abstract concept of more or stronger.
Okay, let's unpack this for a second, because this transition from, the physical to the abstract is where things get a bit muddy for me.
Okay, fair enough.
Because standing up is literal.
Yeah.
I am physically elevating my body.
Right.
But what about when we say prices went up?
Yeah.
Or turn the volume up, or that my confidence is going up? My confidence doesn't have a physical location in space.
No, it doesn't.
So is up just this universal human symbol for more? I mean, why don't we say my confidence is moving forward, or, I don't know, getting wider?
Well, we don't say confidence is getting wider because width doesn't inherently imply overcoming resistance.
Oh, interesting.
Right. Gravity is the constant invisible resistance in our physical world.
Yeah.
To make something go up requires energy. It requires effort and power. So when your confidence is going up, you are unconsciously borrowing the physical sensation of rising above gravity.
Because it takes work.
Yes. It implies a surge of internal power or energy.
I see. So it's about the effort required. But wait, what about volume?
Okay, volume.
Yeah, when I turn the volume up on my stereo, sound waves don't literally travel toward the ceiling. They go outward in all directions.
They do, yeah, but the intensity, the energy of those waves increases.
Okay, yeah.
And because our fundamental template for more energy is defying gravity, we map the physical concept of up onto the auditory experience of louder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we use spatial metaphors to explain things we can't actually see or touch.
Okay, so we take this physical direction, this defying of gravity, and we use it to mean more.
Right.
More sound, more money, more confidence. But here's the contradiction that really genuinely trips me up.
What's that?
If up means more, right? If it means increasing and adding energy, how do we explain phrases where the end result is actually zero?
Ah, yes. The paradox of completion.
Yeah.
This is where up stops being just a direction and becomes an intensifier.
Right, because think about a phrase like drink up or we used up all the money.
Right, right.
The phrase drink up sounds like you should be filling a glass, like making the liquid go higher.
Naturally, yeah.
But it actually means you are emptying the glass. You are drinking until the liquid goes down to zero.
Yes.
You are completely finishing it. So how does a word that literally means higher suddenly mean empty?
Well, that is precisely the mechanism at play, and it just requires a slight shift in how you view the action itself.
Okay, how so?
When you attach up to a verb like drink or eat or use, you aren't talking about the physical direction of the liquid or the food or the money.
Oh,
You are talking about the trajectory of the action itself. You are taking the action of drinking and pushing it to its absolute conceptual limit.
like pushing a progress bar to 100%.
Exactly. A perfect analogy. A progress bar fills up from left to right.
Yeah.
And when it hits 100%, the task is finished. The process has been consumed entirely. That's why we say time is up.
Oh, wow. Time is up. Right.
The allotted time has filled its container conceptually, and now there is no more. When you use up all the resources, the action of using has been maxed out. Up signifies that a boundary has been reached.
It implies finality.
Exactly. Finality.
It's focusing on the effort reaching its peak rather than the object disappearing. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's a shift in focus.
And it seems like that idea of reaching a peak state applies to things like improvement in creation too.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we don't just clean a room, we clean up.
Right.
We fix up an old house.
Yeah.
We tell a friend to cheer up.
Yeah.
Or, we set up a meeting.
This raises an important question about how we view order versus chaos.
Okay.
If up represents reaching the limit of an action, then cleaning up isn't just wiping a counter.
Right.
It's taking the state of the room and elevating it from chaos to its peak condition of cleanliness.
That is so true.
When you set up a tent or draw up a plan, you are taking raw materials like canvas and poles or ideas and ink and bringing them into a state of total readiness.
They are ready to go.
Right. They are now prepared to be used. They have reached their functional peak.
Which is such a deeply psychological way to use a directional particle. We are basically using a word about gravity to communicate that a task has reached its highest possible evolution.
Yes.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Oh, it gets deeper.
Yeah. We've been talking about modifying objects, numbers, and tasks. You clean up a room, you use up money. But where this concept gets truly complex is how it governs human interaction.
It completely shifts gears when we apply it to people and social dynamics.
Yeah, think about verbs that deal with, like, awareness or arrival.
Mm-hmm.
We say, I got up at 7, or she finally woke up. Or we talk about someone arriving like, he showed up late.
Or a problem came up.
Exactly. We use it when approaching someone, like a stranger walked up to me.
Yeah.
Or even mentioning a topic, she brought up money again.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, in all of these instances, up is functioning as the particle of presence.
The particle of presence. I love that.
Think about the horizon line. If something is below the horizon, you can't see it.
Right. It's hidden.
It's out of your reality. But when the sun comes up, it crosses that threshold into your visual field.
Yeah.
It enters your reality. We use up to signal that something, a person, an idea, a state of consciousness, has crossed the threshold from the background into our active, immediate awareness.
Wait, I'm trying to picture this horizon line metaphor.
Okay.
So if a friend shows up to a party, are they crossing a physical threshold or like a social one?
A social one.
Because before they arrived, they weren't literally underground.
Right. They are crossing a social threshold.
Yeah.
Your immediate environment, the party, the conversation you are having, is your active reality. The rest of the city is the background. It's below your social horizon. When your friend walks through the door, they have crossed into your sphere of awareness.
They have shown up.
Exactly. The same applies when a stranger walks up to you on the street. They are moving from the blurry background of the crowd into your personal space.
And it works for invisible things too. Like
Yeah.
when I am asleep, my consciousness is essentially below the horizon.
Yes,
When I wake up, my awareness crosses the threshold back into reality.
precisely. And notice how we treat ideas the exact same way.
How do you mean?
Well, when you bring up a topic like money, the topic wasn't physically anywhere, right?
Right.
But it was unsaid. It was hidden in the minds of the people in the room. By bringing it up, you are eliciting it into the shared cognitive space.
Oh, wow.
You are placing it squarely on the conversational table for everyone to look at.
Yeah.
We pull ideas out of the dark and bring them up into the light where they can be examined.
That is a brilliant way to frame it. But I have to push back a bit here.
Go for it.
On behalf of literally anyone trying to learn English as a second language.
Oh, yeah, it's tough.
Because we expect this one tiny word to do an absurd amount of heavy lifting.
We really do.
Let's talk about a verb like pick up. If I tell you I'm going to pick up, I could mean I am lifting a pen off the floor.
True.
I could mean I am collecting my friend from the airport.
Also true.
I could mean I casually learned some Spanish on vacation. Or I could be talking about business, like, sales are starting to pick up.
Yeah.
How does anyone navigate a phrase that changes its identity 4 times depending on the rest of the sentence?
It does require an incredible amount of context, absolutely.
Yeah.
But this touches on a massive debate in linguistics. It's efficiency versus ambiguity.
Okay.
English could have invented 50 different unique verbs for all those specific nuances, but instead it relies on this incredibly efficient coding.
Just slapping up on everything.
Exactly. It takes a base verb, slaps up onto it, and trusts that our brains will use the context to figure out the rest.
But the core DNA of up is still in all of them.
Right. Exactly. Think about it. Lifting a pen is the literal physical direction.
Right.
Collecting a friend from the airport is removing them from a waiting state and bringing them into the forward momentum of your journey. You are elevating their state of travel.
Oh, I see.
Learning something casually, like Spanish, means you are actively pulling new information from your environment into your brain. You are literally picking it up off the ground of your surroundings.
That is wild.
And business improving is our classic association of up with increase in energy.
What about a verb like make up? Because you can make up an excuse, which means to invent a lie. You can make up with a friend, which means to resolve a fight. Or something can make up a whole, like saying women make up 50% of the workforce.
Right.
Inventing a lie and hugging a friend are very different actions.
They are, definitely. But in all 3 scenarios, you are constructing something that wasn't there before. You are building it up from scratch. Whether it's an invention of a story, a repaired relationship, or a demographic statistic being formed, you are stacking elements together until they reach a state of completion.
So they reach that 100% mark again.
Exactly. The up signifies that the building process has reached its final form.
So if up brings an idea into our shared reality and, signals completion, it makes sense that it also carries a sense of active responsibility.
What do you mean?
Well, when something is brought into the light, someone has to deal with it.
Ah, yes.
Which explains phrases like it's up to you, or asking someone if they up for a challenge.
Yes, that is the concept of responsibility and limits. If a decision is up to you, it rests at your threshold.
Right.
You are the one who has to supply the energy to resolve it.
But this brings us to the differing vibes of the idioms we use every day, which I find really fascinating.
The vibes.
Yeah, the vibes. On one hand, you have an idiom like up and running. If a system or a business is up and running, it means it is working perfectly.
Right, it's functional.
It feels incredibly grounded, stable, and active. It is a machine humming along.
Yeah.
But then, using that exact same particle, you have the idiom up in the air.
Oh, right.
If a plan is up in the air, it means it is completely undecided. It is the exact opposite of stable. It's floating, chaotic, lacking a foundation.
True.
How does the same word convey both the solid reliability of a working machine and the total instability of an undecided plan?
It's all about which underlying metaphor the up is attached to in that specific context.
Okay, break that down for me.
When a machine is up and running, the up signifies that it has crossed that threshold into active presence we talked about earlier.
Right, the horizon line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was down, broken, or asleep, and now it is up, awake, and functioning. It has achieved its peak state of readiness.
Right, it's the progress bar hitting 100%.
Exactly. But when a plan is up in the air, we are relying on a completely different foundational metaphor.
Which is?
We are relying on gravity again, but from a different angle. If a decision is in the air, it hasn't landed yet. It hasn't settled on solid ground where we can walk on it or build on it. It's suspended.
Wow, yeah.
So the particle isn't actually contradicting itself. It's just pulling from different parts of its metaphorical tool belt depending on the spatial image we want to paint.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
You really have to visualize what is happening in the phrase.
you really do.
And it highlights why mastering these phrasal verbs is so crucial for effective communication. I mean, if you just tell a coworker, the system is working, it's accurate, but it feels a bit flat.
Yeah, it's a little robotic.
But if you say, the system is up and running, you instantly inject that inherent idea of movement and completion into the speech. It gives the sentence energy.
Absolutely. The nuance of English really lives in these particles. Think about a phrase like catch up.
Oh yeah, I need to catch up.
Right. You are behind, you are at a lower state of progress, and you have to exert energy to rise to the same level as someone else. I need to catch up on work. It physically feels like a climb.
It does.
Or even the phrase give up.
Oh, give up is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are stopping the effort.
You are stopping the effort, yes, but you are surrendering your energy upwards.
Wait, how do you mean?
Think of the universal physical gesture for surrender. Throwing your hands up in the air.
Oh, wow.
You are letting go of your resistance to gravity.
That is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Or what about when people say they finally woke up to the problem?
Yes.
The problem was always there, existing in the background, but their awareness finally rose to meet it. They crossed that cognitive horizon line.
This is exactly why I always suggest that when you encounter a phrasal verb, you shouldn't just memorize the dictionary definition.
Because it's too rigid.
Right. You have to feel the spatial physics of it.
The spatial physics.
Yeah. Ask yourself, why is this action moving higher? Why is it reaching a boundary? What threshold is it crossing? When you understand the underlying physical logic, the entire language just opens up to you.
Opens UP to you. You can't even escape it when you're trying to explain it.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice. It is entirely inescapable. It really is the hardest working word we have.
It really is. So what does this all mean for you listening to this right now? We've looked at the literal physical direction of climbing stairs and defying gravity.
Right.
We've looked at how that effort translates into the metaphorical increase of volume, prices, and confidence.
Yep.
We unpack the paradox of eating up your food and using up your resources, where pushing an action to its peak limit actually means having nothing left.
The 100% rule.
Exactly. And we've explored how showing up to a party or bringing up a sensitive topic are all about pulling things across a horizon line into our shared reality.
Yeah.
Up is never just a direction. It is a shortcut for signaling movement, increase, and completion.
It really is the ultimate tool for adding psychological depth to our physical actions.
Right.
You are constantly painting spatial pictures with your words, even when you are talking about the most abstract concepts in your life.
So the next time you wake up or try to catch up on your emails or look at the clock and realize time is up, I want you to take a second to appreciate the heavy lifting this tiny particle is doing in your daily conversations.
It deserves some respect.
It really does.
Yeah.
You possess an incredibly dynamic three-dimensional tool for expression right in your vocabulary. But before we go, I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to mull over today.
Ooh, let's hear it.
We have spent this entire deep dive exploring how up signifies arrival, completion, readiness, and presence. Showing up, eating up, setting up. It's all about reaching a peak state or crossing a threshold into reality.
Right.
So I want you to consider what happens when we use its exact opposite. Think about the word down.
Oh, boy.
If we can break down on the side of the road or tell someone to calm down during an argument or shut down a computer, does down merely mean a decrease in energy? Or does down contain its own hidden, completely distinct psychological universe of meaning just waiting to be explored?
Now, that is a deep dive for another day.
Something to think about the next time you sit down. Thanks for joining us.